Zdravo, здравствуйте, привет, 안녕하세요. Yeah, so this is just a really quick video update. I wanted to share some of what I'm going to be working on the next few months as far as my language projects. As you saw, I recently posted a day 0 video for Russian, which means that my focus language is currently Russian. This is a language that I've studied on and off for a while now, but I've never really been able to give it the full attention that I've wanted to. Because of my work, there's always been other languages that have come up that I've needed to study. And so Russian would either become this thing that I was trying to do on the side or that I'd stop studying so that I could focus on my work languages. But now I'm finally at the point where for the next few months, I don't have a language that I need to learn for work. So I'm going to have the opportunity to focus on Russian, and that's what I'm going to do. But in the meantime, I don't really want to lose any of my other languages that I've worked so hard at recently. So I have some projects to kind of maintain them, also improve them a little bit maybe as well, but they won't be my focus. My focus is Russian. But as far as what else I'm doing, I am maintaining my Croatian, so that basically means I'm doing some reading, some light vocabulary study, and weekly lessons with a Croatian tutor. I am also maintaining my Korean, which means essentially the exact same thing, some vocabulary study, weekly lessons, and some reading. I am also working on improving my Hungarian. It's a language that I use often. I have Hungarian coworkers. I go to Budapest every 6 months, and so it's a very important language for me to have. So I have weekly lessons with that. There's a little bit more preparation that I do for those lessons and a little bit more focus as far as what I work on, which I'll get into in just a moment. Beyond that, I am aiming to get to HSK 6 in Mandarin Chinese. I passed the HSK 4 exam several years ago. I've continued to study the language and work on it, but I haven't had a specific goal like reach a certain level or do a certain thing with the language. It's been something that I've used in my day-to-day life. So now I really want to take that to the next step. I don't plan to sit the HSK 6 exam. I just plan to use the study materials as though I were going to sit that exam. And then maybe I'll take a practice test or do practice tests to actually gauge if I arrive at that level. Other than that, I am also continuing with Hebrew. Hebrew is a language that I recently started because I had a trip planned to go to Tel Aviv, which was canceled due to everything that's going on. But I spent several months learning the language. I don't want to lose it, and I still think that there's a possibility that I may end up in Israel sometime in the near future. So I wanted to keep that language going. As far as my focus language, Russian, and then my secondary focus language, Hungarian, what I'm doing specifically is I have weekly lessons for both languages. I have reading materials that I am working through with my tutors. So it's not just some light reading on my own. It's actually, I read a set number of pages or I read an article, and then my tutor and I discuss it in our lessons, and any new vocabulary that comes up that gets added to my flashcards, I study that between lessons. I also have other vocab study that I do. I watch YouTube videos. I watch things on Netflix in both the languages. And I'm also working with other resources and materials like Teach Yourself and Routledge and other kind of just whatever I happen to have on hand. I'm not getting anything new. Oh, Asimil, of course, always Asimil, and drops. And so I am just doing what I can to really dive deep into those two languages, with Russian being my primary focus. And then whatever leftover time I have after Russian and Hungarian gets divided up into maintaining or slightly improving the other languages that I'm focusing on. As for the languages that I've studied, like Japanese, Hindi, German, Italian, Spanish, those languages are currently on hold because I am actively studying 6 languages, so that's already quite a bit, and so the other 6 need to just wait for a minute, and I will probably get to them once I'm happy with my progress in these 6 that I'm working on. So that's just a quick update from me on what I'm doing. You'll see my day 30 video for Russian very soon, and so I'd love to know about what your current language projects are. Leave me a note in the comments below. Let me know what you're studying, what you're using to study it, and what your goals are. And I really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.